We are live. Hi, it is Friday, May 1st, 2020. Oh boy. Day X of quarantine. I just got done crying my eyes out to a birthday video that the man on my left was a part of and didn't tell me, Mr. AJ Hawk. I appreciate you, man.
Oh, I'm glad you saw the video. Zito reached out to me and set that thing up. I would like to see the full video in complete whenever I get a chance.
First of all, you were obviously a very welcomed face in this video. It was just Chris Hansen was a part of this video. The collection of humans, yes, from To Catch a Predator, Chris Hansen was a part of this video. I mean, the collection of humans that was in this video was amazing. Your face popped up. I was like, oh, this is so nice. And then in the basement, filmed on a 1K camera, wearing a Pac-Man Jones jersey, Pistol Hawk made an appearance in his birthday video. I mean, it was electric, man. I'm so thankful to you and your family.
Yeah, hey, we wanted to make sure we got that out, and I had to send Pistol another text yesterday afternoon and make sure that he was going to make it happen. And then he forwarded it to me to send to Zito, and all of a sudden he's wearing the Pac-Man jersey that I had signed for him from Pac-Man in the basement smoking a cigar. So I think he was really trying to get into character.
By the way, even better with that Pac-Man jersey on. There was a conversation while the video was running. There was some mumblings like, he's not even wearing an AJ Hawk jersey. And I was like, no, it's a Pac-Man jersey. That's even better that Pistol Hawk rocks the Pac-Man. That was so nice of everybody who was in that thing. I was crying my eyes out. We can't put it out for a couple different reasons, but I mean, the video is a hilarious one. You'll get to see it, obviously, because you were a part of it. I'm so thankful. I mean, Mike Greenberg, Dan Orlovsky, AQ Shipley, Haddle Baggs, Chris Hansen, Matt Hasselbeck made an electric appearance in there. I mean, it was
Frank Caliendo.
Frank Caliendo was in there. I mean, it was my parents made an appearance. Everybody in the office. That was the nicest thing I think anybody's ever done for me. Honestly, I was crying while watching it, Mr. Hawk. I was crying. It was so nice of you guys. Listen, I know I'm turning 33, and I have no idea how long I will live. I beat the shit out of my body earlier in my life, but that was the nicest thing, and I'm very, very, very grateful. I'm very, very grateful. So
I'm glad it had that kind of impact on you. I didn't know it would. I think that's great, man. You had to feel pretty good watching it.
Oh, I was crying. I was green.
What about your parents?
Oh, yeah, my mom, I think, cried about it. They were in there, though, by the way. My mom and dad made an appearance in there.
Crushed.
Tim McAfee's turning into a host. He started hosting yesterday. He was hosting his, I mean, and Sally did it. I mean, it was just amazing.
Was he smoking a corncob pipe?
Yeah, he had a pipe at the end of that thing. I mean, it was awesome. That was very, very, very nice. Some impressions made its way into the video. I mean, it was an electric piece. The fact that you were sending that video over a Pistol yesterday, I guess Foxy must not have slept much last night. Foxy, were you just kind of piecing that thing together last night?
We were just getting them throughout the night, and so I pieced it together real quick. It was Nick's idea, and originally it was just Nick was like, we should all just go in the phone booth, say a message to Pat, and thinking, okay, it's only going to be like 8, 9, 10 of us, get his family. But then we're just like, well, we should get this guy, and then we should get this guy. We should ask AJ. And then Zito's like, yeah, we'll ask Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen, he was, I was...
It's a 3-minute video.
He sent like a 3-minute video, I guess. So he was sparse throughout, obviously. He was a character throughout the video where he would just pop back in. I mean, it was...
He definitely knew who you were, though, because in it, at the beginning, he goes, Pat McAfee. I've heard that name before. And then he goes in about your career and stuff.
These guys, everybody in the comment section is obviously saying release the video, but we literally can't.
There's a few of them we probably could.
We could
sections.
Foxy would have to probably cut a few parts out.
That's fine.
All right,
Do you have a previous relationship with Chris Hansen?
No, he was just a good price range on Cameo.
Yeah. By the way,
was it a cameo?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He was reading a script at one point. It looked like. I mean, it was.
Oh, that's awesome. I've sent a lot of cameos. I've sent many cameos to different friends throughout the last year.
Have you really?
Oh, it's so fun, man. Yeah, you just go on there. I mean, there's all kinds of people for $20, $40, $50, where you can get a nice little surprise you send to one of your buddies.
How about Brett Favre being $500?
Yeah, so
The white whale.
As soon as the video was over, I was like, Chris Hansen was a cameo. They're like, yeah, he's $50 or whatever. We tried to get Brett Favre, but he was 500, and we were like, probably not for the birthday. So
Maybe next year. Maybe next year.
Hey, if I would have known we were using Cameo, I would have had a lot of people on Cameo. I would have written up great scripts for different people that I've used on Cameo before and sent it over.
Well, hold on, though. You got to remember now, our office operates on hey, what's happening tomorrow? We got to figure this out. So I very much respect that there probably wasn't much planning on this side. I was not there for this surprise video, but I am assuming this was because that's our business, basically. Let's throw this together and make it happen. And the piece of work was incredible. So we'll edit that down, the parts that we shouldn't put out, and then we'll figure it out.
AJ, who's your go-to Cameo person to send to people?
So you know a guy named Perez Hilton?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He will exceed any expectations you have. He will go off script and add to it and only make it better. I think Perez has done maybe 6 cameos for me that I've gotten for friends.
Perez will go above and beyond. Perez is probably going to clip that, by the way, and probably leak a commercial like, hey, if you want some. He used to be electric.
He gets back to you right away, too. I've sent some cameos into Perez, and then all of a sudden I'm getting text from the person who it was sent to. They're like, hey, why the hell is Perez Hilton sending me a video? Some people don't know what Cameo is, so they're so confused. I've sent a few. I've sent a few where I don't tell my buddies that it's from me just to keep them in suspense, and I'm never going to tell them. But I've had some where people don't understand what Cameo is, and they're like, hey, what the hell was that? And they knew it was for me. I'm like, never mind. All right.
How much was Perez? $100 or something?
$90.
No, he's like 40.
He raised his price on you.
Yeah, because of how good he was. He realized how good he was.
I drove his price up. I was putting too many in there.
What if he has a team? Like one team answers the requests and the messages, one team filters them through to give him. And what if he's just set up with like a script and then he just powers through it? What if you become a completely professional cameo doer?
And just run it back
Just
over
run it
and
back.
over?
We'll knock out 200 of these today, and then we'll do them tomorrow.
Why don't you would make a bunch of money on Cameo, Pat.
Believe me, me and Cameo have an interesting relationship.
So have an email box full of them.
I thought about doing it, and then I saw everybody was doing it. I'm like, well, it's no longer like something that's, because at the beginning there, it was only a few people, right? Which is, by the way, the way you do that type of thing is you get a couple, and then I was like, oh, some money, I can cut a promo into a phone. I'll sign up and do it. And then I saw some other people, what they were charging for it. And I was like, come on, come out. So I only put my number at like $20 or something like that. Because I felt so terrible for charging people for a video like that, where if they caught me in public and they put their phone up, they would get the same exact one. So it's like, for me, it was weird charging people for it. But I can understand if you're Perez Hilton, you're making a business out of that thing. Go ahead and go for it. Chris Hansen, by the way, he spent 3 minutes on that thing. He can only do 20 in an hour. I mean, that guy did a whole thing. I understand people do it. For me, it's just like, I'll do the same thing if we ever meet each other. Let's just do that then.
Yeah, well, you just need to set your price high so you don't.
And I'm a
you
dick.
don't want to have to be doing 20 of them a day. You want to make it worth it for you to do it.
Brett Favre's like, if they're going to get me out of my fucking Wranglers,
when we saw Favre was 500, we didn't think he was a dick. We were just like, oh, Favre doesn't want to do anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Like, hey, if someone really wants me to do this, yeah, I'll do it, but it's $500.
what did D'Elia make his, like $1 million or 500,000 or something?
Yeah.
Not a bad
Something
play.
outrageous.
If some Saudi prince wants me to talk, I will do it. Hey, you have to hear the new open for this show. It was originally sang by Year of the Buffalo, but our guy Twine, who is he's the maker of Pistol Hawk, the beat that has captivated a universe right now. He took what Year of the Buffalo made and remixed it with a beat underneath it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to McAfee and Hawk.
The greatest sports talk show on the internet from 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. So come on down for a mental vacation with the boys on YouTube Live. It's McAfee and Hawk. It's McAfee and Hawk Sports Talk. AJ used to tackle quarterbacks and he's a Rust Belt kind of guy. That's the punter of the decade for the 2010s, kicking piss missiles to the sky. It's McAfee and Hawk. It's McAfee and Hawk Sports Talk. It's McAfee and Hawk Sports Talk.
Did you hear that banger right there, AJ?
There's a lot of talented people out in the world, isn't there, Pat?
Unfucking believable. Like, I never heard of that guy, and he's just able to do that with Year of the Buffalo, whose voice sounds like a damn songbird. How are these people not mega rich?
Wait, so is Year of the Buffalo upset because they wrote the lyrics to that?
I'm sure he's doing just fine.
Year of the Buffalo's got to be pretty pumped up about Twine getting in behind that thing for the remix.
So, Pat, I don't know if you remember this or not, but you sent me an audio version of that yesterday. And I opened it up and I was playing it in my kitchen, and my 7-year-old son heard it, and so then he ended up seeing the video with it. He loves it. Like, he was he was singing that for the next 30 minutes after he heard it.
I mean, I think this is a potential real banger at this point.
Catchy. I had a dream, and it was in my dream last night. That song will knock it out of my head.
Can't stop singing it.
How about the AJ Hawk chant he got in there? And then,
Perfect. Piss missiles to the sky. It's McAfee.
what a guy! What a show tune we have. We have a show tune.
So good. Twine is his name?
I believe Twine is his
In
name.
chat right now.
I've been in his email too. I told him like, hey, we should do business together somehow. We have so many musicians and talented people that do stuff. Uncle Sam, obviously, he's the soundtrack of
Obviously.
one of our best commercials.
Hands up.
Dream House is a tour bus.
New song out yesterday.
Oh yeah, I'm a big body.
Anyways, Uncle Sam, Twine, Year of the Buffalo. Jason McAfee's a beat maker back in the corner back there. I mean, we got people that really do music around here, and I don't know what to do. I assume there's something that we should do with that. I just don't know how. I mean, probably figure it out, I guess.
The boys will figure it out. Don't worry.
I was thinking about starting a label.
You're gonna start a label, Diggs?
No.
Diggs Records.
You
You talking about us starting a label?
Yeah.
Well, I have thought about starting a label, but I believe the only stories you hear about people starting labels is bad stories.
Well, music stinks right now.
Oh my! Did you listen to Drake's new album, AJ Hawk?
No, I saw on Twitter that did it come out?
Came out midnight. And by the way, before I went to bed last night, I thought to myself, excited to hear what Jersey's got to say in the morning. That's what I said. I'm excited to hear what Jersey's got to say in the morning. He made 0 songs for me to like. Like he chose for me not to like any of his songs.
Is it something that may grow on you? There's sometimes like the initial listen, you're like, okay,
True.
and then it eventually grows on you. Do we have that?
He made a lot of songs for, like the ladies. Like I think he's full, just like the last couple of years he has been. I always think at some point, though, Drake's going to come out, get a hammer, and swing that thing, and it's going to be like a banger or whatever. And it's just this time he didn't have any. Maybe he will. I mean, I'm not 100% sure.
Is it slow? Like, are they like slow jams or what?
It's just like, I love this girl. Like, it's always just like relationships or, girls cheating on their men to have sex with Drake and things like that, which, by the way, hey, he's living a great life from what it sounds like. But I'm just saying, he's not making bangers for me to go lift 1,000 pounds with in the gym, which is what I'm here for.
Have you seen pictures of Drake's house?
Oh, yeah. And his playing. I mean, that guy he's doing it right, by the way. I'm no judgment. He just doesn't want me to like his music.
Drake's never claimed to be like a gangster rapper. He's always been like about the ladies.
I mean, if you go back to his first couple albums and you listen to his lyrics, I think he was planning on being, maybe not gangster rap, but a greatest rapper of all time.
Yeah.
In which, by the way, he might be. That guy he's got more hits than the Beatles.
Oh.
He does. But this morning, I was listening to it and I was like, okay, well, Drake's not trying to fuck me, so this isn't this isn't for me to enjoy. What are you doing this weekend, AJ? Anything sweet set up at the Hawk Mansion for the quarantine weekend?
Yeah, I think we're gonna take a little vacation, probably get on an airplane, fly down to Florida or something.
Yeah.
Hang out, go swimming in pools, figure things out.
Texas.
I saw Ohio was just extended to the end of May, so you'll be with us, pal.
Ohio's,
Did they? What was the official word?
Yeah, end of May, I believe. For
quarantine?
for the
stay at home?
Yeah.
Okay, so Indianapolis was extended till May 15th yesterday or 2 days ago. Ohio was just extended to the end of the month. Texas is like, fuck it, let's do it. Let's see what happens. I'm pumped to see what happens. That is a big research pool for a focus group for the rest of the country. Well, let's see what happens in Texas, then we'll figure everything out. There is no decisions being made until we see what happens with Texas. And I hope they stay safe down there so we can all get back to our real life.
Is it the whole state of Texas, or is it more like areas where it's less populated?
Like the Big Green, you remember that soccer movie
Oh,
back
yeah,
in the day?
Steve Gutenberg.
Did you watch the Big Green?
No, I watched Ladybugs though.
I've never seen it.
Not familiar.
It's what's his name? The
No
old comic.
respect.
No respect. That
Oh,
guy.
Rodney Dangerfield.
That's a good movie.
Ain't got no respect.
I
He's a
watched
soccer coach.
I watch Varsity Blues as well.
Oh yeah.
That's very, very good.
Varsity Blues. Do you wish sometimes you played high school football in Texas?
I mean, I guess if it was exactly like the movie Varsity Blues, then
is.
yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It is.
I've
It
heard
is.
that's exactly what
Fire
it
that fucking pigskin, boy.
boy. Oh, we had a reference to that in the game we called, didn't we, down there in Texas in the Texas Bowl?
Yep, I think we did.
His dad played at Texas. His grandpa played at Texas. How many times do you think that kid was told to fire that pigskin boy? And then you came out, you came on the back of it. You're like, I don't want. You're like, think about the Fox executives watching that game. Think about that. I'm thinking about these old.
They have no idea what we're talking about.
We're just on the show. We are literally just holding a microphone or whatever, just saying the dumbest things on earth. Which, by the way, in our eyes, probably very hilarious, and I assume a lot of people watching. But I think about that older executive male watching that from a studio somewhere, just being like, "What are these two fucking idiots talking about, boy?" Oh,
He's furiously sending texts to the play-by-play guy. Hey, cut their mics off. Just talk over these dudes.
You remember I said a lot of people dress like seats here at the Texas Bowl. In my ear, somebody came in and was like, please do not reference the attendance currently at the game or whatever. And I was like, oh, that message must have came from somebody pretty important. And I almost wanted to dive into it, but I just laid off of it. But I wonder why we've never been hired again.
Yeah, what happened? We didn't hear a whole lot after we did that game.
I don't think so. Did you ever hear from Fox again after that?
I don't think. No, I really haven't.
I did that. I heard one time from them. It was them asking me if I would do the Green Bay Packer Detroit Lion game, and they called me like on Christmas or whatever. And they called me out of nowhere. Just, hey, do you want to do Packers Lions this weekend? I was like, absolutely, or whatever. They're like, okay, cool. We'll get with you, producer. Go do the game. Never hear from them again. Not one time again do I ever hear from them. Allegedly, the story goes that when the WWE was negotiating with Fox, the conversation was about, hey, who is from the NFL and from the WWE world and Fox? And I guess Mr. H said, do you know Pat McAfee? And I believe in an extension of good faith, Fox was like, oh, we'll do something here. I get the game. And then they finished the deal and never talked to me again, which, by the way, I have a lot of respect for that. I'm like, fuck it. If this will get the deal done, just throw his ass on that Packers game that nobody cares about. There's no playoff contentions online. What all could he do? And then I go nuts on a Matt Prater field goal touchdown. I mean, it was just, what a world. Why did somebody not watch that game and put us in a booth immediately, I wonder?
I mean, I've been asking myself that question for a while now. I don't know. Well, obviously, maybe some of the references that they didn't get didn't help our case. And the fact that we were just trying to entertain ourselves and make each other laugh in the booth, maybe they don't think that's the greatest thing to do when you're calling a game.
I think they're wrong.
I think we kept it pretty professional.
Yes.
I think so, too. And it was a good game, too. The shootout was a shootout there for a little bit. I thought we were pretty good. We got lost on the way to the stadium.
And when we got in the stadium, we walked around for an hour and a half trying to find the booth.
What was the part where you guys were potentially speculating an injury? Or
That's a stinger. And then in our ear, do not speculate on injuries. Well, that's definitely a stinger. I mean, I've seen 100 of those things.
We were yelling at the ref because he was looking at the tiny little LCD screen on the sideline. We're like, hey, buddy, Jerry built the largest video board in the history of the world up there. Just take a gander.
Just go ahead and peek your head just straight up right now. We'll get a nice 4K 70-yard screen you can look at. Oh, my God, what a joke.
Maybe someday.
I guess my name is back in for the Monday Night Football thing is what I've been told.
Hey now.
All that. Yeah, because they're
Here we
looking
go.
internally, right, for ESPN for replacements. So, yeah, I mean, you're on the short list.
And I guess since I had a fall with them, right, I'm not currently an ESPN employee, but since I did work for ESPN at an extensive rate, they view me as a potential inside ESPN hire, which, by the way, good news. Good news in that particular case.
Great news. Do they know who the play-by-play guy is going to be?
They only had one on there, right? They only had Steve Levy on. So they say top candidates include Louis Riddick, Steve Levy, Dan Orlovsky, Brian Greasy, and Pat McAfee. So Steve Levy's the only play-by-play guy, right? So should we congratulate Steve Levy?
we like
should.
Hey, Steve! Attaboy, Steve!
Congrats, Steve.
Dan Orlovsky was in my birthday video, so that was very, very nice of him. That was very, very nice of him. He did a 40-second video, and the only reason why I know that is because he alluded to how long he was talking. He said, this seems like, he was like, here's 40 seconds now at this point. I love Dan. I think I unfollowed Dan. I unfollowed him just because You know,
Because why?
I just thought it was kind of a funny thing to do.
Did he notice? Did he say anything to you?
I just followed him back after the video because he was so nice in the video. So it was like, I'm going to stop being mean to Dan Orlovsky, I thought, at this point. And I'm assuming he saw the notification of me following him again. I assume he did see that. I'm probably going to have to explain that at some point. Just be like, Dan, it was just...
Well, it's quarterback, right?
It was just something to do.
Joshing around.
Yeah, it was his quarterback rankings, by the way, putting Lamar Jackson at 5 or something like that behind Sam Darnold. I had to unfollow him for that. I couldn't take it anymore, Dan.
I like how Dan's so combative. Like when somebody asks him a question, if they want to make a statement, he's like, "Good, okay, show me. Why? Why do you feel that way? Tell me."
He loves
I
it.
have facts to back up every single thing I say. Show me. Like he's so combative and so confident in his opinions, which is it's a breath of fresh air, I guess.
I feel like we asked him like what he liked doing the most, and this might have been off air, so I don't know if he told the show or told us personally. But he enjoys those debates because he says he gets a sense of whether or not he won or lost. Like he enjoys, he feels like he's competing whenever he's doing that. And he says he gets like a good feeling for it. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And if you watch him, it does seem as if, like what he's saying, truly believes in, he truly wants to put over, and he wants to kind of win the conversation. And I respect it. He made me a lot better on those get-ups. Just like when it was me, him, and Rex Ryan with Greeny. Man, I feel like we really had something going. L. Duncan was in there. Those Mondays were fun. Then Laura got back, and then he started adding more people and stuff like that.
Woody,
D. Wood. I love D. Wood as well. But that Dan Orlovsky, Rex Ryan, L. and Green, those Mondays were hilarious. Just so many opinions, just so many very different opinions. And whenever you're all talking against each other, it just is awesome, you know? It's just because we could team up on Orlovsky. I mean, that was a blast anytime we wanted to. And Orlovsky's going to fight, you know, he's going to sit in there and actually fight and take it it was just a lot of fun. But I don't know if that's my life. I don't know.
Does anyone really ever win a debate or win an argument, though?
Sometimes.
Manning or Leaf?
I mean, now we know. In the moment, we didn't.
I think that's kind of that world, though, is you just win the conversation for the day, and then you go to tomorrow, and you try to win the conversation, and then you go to tomorrow. And I feel like that's probably how they go. But you're right. Debates, you're only debating on some things that are opinionated, right? And opinions are always, you know, like a butthole. Everybody's got them, and they all stink.
I just want to know if anyone, not just that show, I'm not speaking about you guys specifically, if anyone's ever felt like they lost on one of the topics.
Oh, yeah. I have thought that I lost before on one of those shows.
Has anyone else, though?
They know.
Question.
They
That's a
know.
great question.
When they go home and they put their head on the pillow, they know.
Exactly.
Can
Those
you sleep?
Those self-thoughts at night, you know.
That's the question.
Well, damn, they said something pretty fucking clever there. I did not expect. That's normally what's going through my head whenever I'm saying something, and then it gets debunked immediately. I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you are right, sir. Orlovsky, though, will fight you. You know what I mean? He'll keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Which I appreciate and respect.
Pull out the garbage bag.
You see Elon Musk lost his mind today?
I did see that, yeah. What do you have any of his tweets that we could read?
Yeah, well, we'll pull him up right now. The boys in the back have it. We don't know if he got hacked or if he was just going in on not being happy about America being shut down for so long. Because the other day he tweeted, "Reopen America" or something along those lines. So he ends the national anthem. Phew, geez. That was pretty hard to get out there. And I don't want to read it because then we'll start singing it. Then we all have to stand up. And if we don't stand up, not good. So he does that. And then he goes, "Now give people back their freedom." Tesla's stock price is too high, in my opinion. It has since gone down. I am selling almost all physical possessions. Will own no house. What's he going to do? Just float around? Well, what's Elon Musk going to do right now? You think he was hacked? Do you think this was Elon Musk? And do you think the quarantine might have completely broke the system and alien that is Elon Musk?
Well, Elon Musk is an absolute alien. Like they talk about him sleeping on the floor in his office. Like he just can't. He always has to be inventing something, trying to find a way to make it bigger and better. I mean, when he launched that Tesla into space with the spaceman sitting in the driver's seat that's going to be there for all of eternity, orbiting the Earth, like things like that. You only do crazy things, I guess, when you're somewhat crazy, and Elon Musk seems to be that guy.
I think that guy's made $1 billion like 4 or 5 different times in his life.
I mean, he seems well. If he got hacked, don't you think he would already have come out and announced it? Like, hey,
No,
sorry about it. I still agree with a lot of the stuff that I said, but I got hacked.
Not
on
his
some of those
Twitter.
things.
Not his Twitter got hacked. Like His brain got hacked.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about Twitter. We're
Who?
talking-
Who would have hacked his brain?
whoever was flying those UFOs at the Pentagon said, "Hey, fucking remember this was going on. This is real."
Well, it all started, right? Because he's saying, open the country back up, right? Isn't that his big, what started this whole tirade?
Oh, yeah. And then Texas is like, you got it, Elon. You
You got it, Elon. Put some of your big old, build a $70 million or 70 million square foot warehouse down here and start building some batteries. We'll give you some tax breaks.
Come on down here to West Texas. We got some real room for you in your next little space invention, pal.
We should get him to call in the show one day.
Okay, if you, by the way, those are contacts that I would never have. But if you get Elon Musk somehow, dream conversation, Elon.
Is he on
Musk.
Cameo?
You should pressure him into doing Cameo.
At this point, he might be. To be honest with you, with the way it's looking, he's selling everything he owns. What's he gonna do? Be a bag of what's that called?
Vagabond.
Vagabond.
There it is, a vagabond. Is that what is he gonna be? I watched.
No, you had it. You had a vagabond. That was it.
Vagabond.
Bag of bones. I watched a documentary on a guy that he was completely married. Okay, he was married, successful,
Completely, yes. Okay.
loved his life, all in on the marriage life, and then for 1 week a year or something like that, he wanted to live as a homeless man, and it became like his thing. I watched this documentary. He would hop on trains and like just travel across the country, and then eat like scraps out of garbage cans, and he was smoking stuff. Yeah, and then he just went back to his regular life. 1 week a year, he would go.
Take a vacation, pal. Go to the Bahamas. It's nice.
Is that what Elon's doing here, though? He says he sell every one of his possessions. What the fuck does that mean? What is he?
Going back to his own planet.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a lot of possessions. Is he going to put up for auction? Because I might be able to get some of that stuff for cheap.
Do it.
I would like to also get in on that auction this weekend. South Dakota State is having their Jackrabbit Athletic Scholarship Foundation auction.
You got your eyes on anything?
There's an autograph.
Where did that come from?
Well, you said auction, and I had to cut a promo for this thing last night, and it took me 15 to 16 times. I have never failed so hard with something. It was the Jackrabbit Athletic Scholarship Auction, and boy, I would get rolling in this entire thing. I remember like it was yesterday. The plane landed down in Brooklyn, South Dakota. There was 2 cops waiting for us. I started doing this whole thing, and I am here to remind you that today you can start bidding on beautiful items in the Jackrabbit Scholarship, fuck. And then I would have to go back to the beginning, the whole thing. But anyways, auctions are a great thing. I love them. Do you do big auction stuff? You ever seen Meekham's show?
I've seen it. Yeah, no, we talked to Mangold on here. He likes to watch those things. No, I haven't. I would like to. You always hear people picking up things at auctions for cheap. And I've looked online at different things. You look at weird like farm equipment. I'm like, oh, I can maybe find a place for this. A little front loader or something. And I've never pulled the trigger.
What would come out of an Elon Musk auction, you think?
Man, I don't know. I hope. Hopefully he's gonna auction off a few of his houses, which those would probably be a little too much for me. I don't need to move to California or wherever he's. I'm sure he has houses all over. Maybe his plane. So his giant plane. Me and you, let's go in together and get that plane.
He has a plane?
Vibranium.
He probably has 5 planes.
Human organs.
What?
Can only assume.
Adrenochrome.
Whoa!
And the shirt.
And the
This guy.
easy.
This.
We're in a good spot. Let's
You
not ruin
are
this.
dancing with it right now, pal. Jeez.
Put the fence down.
Put our swords away, huh?
You lifted it up.
What does it say on his little side thing? Don't fuck this up. That's a real thing, too.
Yeah.
So what does that mean open, though? There's obviously restrictions.
You can stay at home if you would like. I believe there is the option to stay home. So people probably aren't going to be mandatory working, but I would assume you could potentially go to work. But then if you're the business owner and you have no customers, but you have to pay the people that come to work,
They're opening everything, like
they're opening up everything?
Like the bars are open?
restaurants.
Restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There's probably like
Retail stores.
half the tables and stuff. Is it all set up like that?
I'm not sure about that, but I know retail stores, libraries, restaurants, museums, places of worship, malls, and movie theaters are opening.
movie theaters are opening?
Movie theaters. Wow.
They're probably going to hate.
What movies? Like what movies are coming out now?
Trolls World Tour, honestly, I've heard if you watch it in theater, it's a much different experience.
That one where Affleck's a drunk. That's supposed to be pretty
The
good.
way back.
Affleck,
Yeah.
Affleck
That's
talks
all.
basketball.
All those are on iTunes already.
Yeah, I've watched both of those movies, but they say it's better in a movie theater, so I'm gonna go spend $20 and get some nachos.
How's that Affleck movie?
It's all right. I fell asleep, but it was. I think I got it. I get it. You know what I mean? He did his thing.
Yeah,
he did his
play
thing.
himself.
It is interesting because it is said that he was fall down drunk, right?
Oh yeah, big
Oh
time.
yeah.
And
He talks about it. He's been to rehab multiple times.
Yeah.
Is he sober now? Because then, just like Bradley Cooper, right? Bradley Cooper used to be an alcoholic, and then whenever A Star Is Born, he played an alcoholic. I feel like that's either a very easy thing to do or an incredibly hard thing to do. I'm not sure which one it is.
I think it would be incredibly hard because if you've ever heard actors speak about trying to play drunk on camera, a lot of them go over the top and are falling down and sloppy and weird. I think you got to find a way to dial it back a little bit to show like, oh, this guy's just trying to hold it together. Like, can you imagine? Like, could you play drunk on camera for a whole movie?
I've been
I think you just get drunk.
drunk on camera. I think
Could you get drunk and still deliver your lines and show up on time and be there and do all that?
If you're a professional.
I'm pretty sure I probably could, but I wouldn't have a lot of jobs because I wouldn't show up on a regular basis.
Daniel Radcliffe did it.
Daniel Radcliffe, he's a method actor.
Harry Potter.
He did it in Harry Potter. He was drunk for like the last 3 movies.
Of Harry Potter?
Yeah. He said he
that-
barely remembers it.
Isn't that like the little kid's hero, Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Wait,
he's
did
just
he go to
Harry
rehab
Potter.
or something?
He's
He
just
tells
a-
that story.
Yes,
How do we know
he
that?
did. He
Harry
was
Potter's
also-
just a fall down drunk
He
in that
was a
movie?
fall down drunk.
No.
It was a terrible influence on him.
Larry Potter getting Harry Potter all boozed
Yeah.
up. The last 3 movies.
Yeah. He basically said he could like rewatch and be like, "Oh, I was majorly drunk in that scene."
They had a good run together though.
My.
Hell of a
hilarious.
3 years.
Makes you appreciate Harry Potter a little more.
Somebody in the comment section just said Trolls World Tour is not good. I agree. I did not watch
Shocking.
it. I watched the first minute and a half. Shocking? What are you
It's
talking
not
about?
for us. It's for kids.
Just like Drake's album. Got it. Not for us, it's for ladies. Got it. I can't believe that about fucking Harry Potter.
Oh yeah.
Zac Efron too.
Good movie.
Yeah,
I
Efron.
might have to go watch Harry Potter now. I haven't seen any of them.
Oh, you should.
Watching the last 3 for sure. I've never seen a single one. I'm watching. If the star of the thing, who's a super nerd, is blacked out drunk for the whole thing.
I give you 2 minutes into a Harry Potter movie before you're
Chandler
turning
Bing
off.
was
Yeah.
blacked out on everything he did.
Yeah,
too.
Matthew Perry was
Well.
drunk the entire time Friends was on.
He was on everything though. He had a pill addiction.
Yeah, he doesn't remember shit.
That's the guy that was. Which one's Matthew Perry?
The
Chandler.
Chandler.
The whole 9 yards.
That guy.
yeah.
Love that movie.
Yeah, great movie.
Love that movie. That's a good. Movie.
Who knows Matthew Perry from the whole 9 yards and not Friends?
That's on me, man. I apologize. Good movie, man.
Your brain is very mysterious.
Yeah.
Man, to Pete dumps him.
In Whole 9 Yards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When we're talking about Jimmy the Tulip or Timmy the Tulip, I forget the name.
Jimmy.
The Tulip. We're talking about a man that doesn't deserve to be breathing the air. That's still a line that I think about still to this day. It was a little guy. It's the bad guy in that movie. He's
Pesci?
Nope.
No.
Something else similar though. Kind of the same.
Radcliffe.
Who?
I'm on
Daniel
it.
Radcliffe.
No, Harry Potter's
Is
not.
it the wolf from Pulp Fiction? What's that guy's name? Ty?
Harvey Keitel.
Maybe. Oh,
Let's
no.
go. Let's really hash this out. There's no way I've ever figured it out. So let's just talk it
Have you
through.
ever seen a movie, The Whole 9 Yards?
Oh, I could go through. I mean,
think I
there's
have.
Bruce Willis, Matthew Perry, Michael Clark Duncan. Probably wasn't him.
Was not him. He plays a good role there.
Hell of a
Isn't De Niro in that?
There's a guy named Serge Christie.
No, who's the bad guy? It's a bad guy.
That name sounds like the bad guy.
Yeah, Surge.
Serge.
Serge Christiansen's.
Nah, that ain't who I know.
It looks like him.
I mean,
Mr. Bullies.
Is it the guy that I'm talking about?
it's click on Serge
Hey, if we've learned anything, it's that more people need to see The Whole 9 Yards. Hey, you've never seen that movie?
Well, wasn't there? Is there a sequel? There's multiple
There
movies.
is a sequel, yes.
Yeah, Whole 10 Yards. Do the next one.
Isn't De Niro in those?
I think you're thinking of Analyze This, maybe?
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
No, The Intern.
Great.
Yeah, The Intern. You're right. My bad.
I've watched that movie more than I probably should have.
That's a
in my
good
life.
movie. How about his paper plant being in the same place?
Unbelievable.
What
a
a slant
story.
comes down over here. I seen it like 20 years ago.
Small
Good
world.
movie.
Hell of an
That is a good movie.
What movie would you recommend watching this weekend on Netflix or something along those lines?
I've been struggling, man. I scroll through Netflix, iTunes every night trying to find something I'm like, just something pop out of me. Give me a reason to watch, and I can't find anything. I go back and watch, my wife and I watch episodes of The Office. We just continue to go back to that.
It's Kevin Pollak is who I was talking about.
Oh, nice.
Did you watch
Thank you, YouTube comment section. I fucking Google a guy sitting in the damn.
Well, he did. Kevin Pollock didn't look like that. Did you watch Extraction? Did you watch Extraction yet?
What the fuck?
No, what's Extraction?
Kevin Pollak did look like that.
Hemsworth just dominating human beings.
New action movie
Wait,
on Netflix.
is it like an action movie or is it like a
Action.
fake sci-fi
Action.
like
No.
animated thing?
It's a movie.
Extraction.
It's a Netflix film that they put out.
Retired Black
Black
Ops.
Ops.
Pat, you might even like this one.
I tried it.
Saving a kid. Rescuing a kid.
Waco.
kidnapped.
I
Yeah,
liked
Waco.
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 Waco was
Oh, no, he's watched it.
must watch. Have you seen Waco?
Yeah, I watched Waco when it was before it was on Netflix. I think it was on like the Paramount Network.
Who's David Koresh?
Hold on, brother.
That
There
dude's a
are
great
women
actor.
and
What's his name?
children in here.
Taylor Kitsch.
Tim
My
Riggins.
bad.
You know what?
My
by
bad
the-
for stepping on your toe.
No, you didn't.
fine.
But he was a pretty good athlete, by the way. Watching him run out on
Oh,
the
yeah.
driveway.
Oh, yeah.
Normally, actors look terrible
Oh, he's the
running.
greatest fullback of all
You should
time.
see him on the football field.
Where?
Tim Riggins down in
West Dillon.
Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights. Also in Lone Survivor, he was
West
an
Dillon.
athlete there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is he?
He
actually in that
raced
movie?
against Marky Mark. Is that the guy that's racing against Marky Mark?
Marky Mark was not racing.
He's the one.
No,
who-
he races in the beginning, but that's against the girl next door kid, not Taylor Kitsch.
No, it's Taylor Kitsch and the girl next door kid. Marky Mark is not racing.
I think I saw American Sniper was on the other day. That's something I can I dive into there. Allegedly, a lot of it's lies, though. I was told by the boys here that a lot of it was lies.
Not me.
Slightly exaggerated.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
No.
Yeah.
These guys tried to ruin Chris
A
Kyle's
few
name.
creative liberties.
No, a lot of stuff came out when the movie came out. That this guy may have liked to fib a little bit.
Like the baby.
I liked him,
Baby's
though.
fake baby.
That
it
guy
was a great movie. I mean,
The baby was fake.
The baby was fake?
Oh man.
All right, AJ. Let's get to the bottom of this. Cole Beasley changed his number from 10 to 11. Number one trending sports story this morning on all social media platforms. Cole Beasley goes back to the number he wore at the Cowboys, the number he wore in college, and the number he wore in high school. He goes from 10 back to 11. Does this mean that Cole Beasley and the Buffalo Bills are winning the Super Bowl next year?
So, what do you think Cole Beasley thought when he woke up and he saw that he's trending on the internet? And it's because he's going to number 11. And I saw you had a little rant on your morning show. I saw the clip. You laid it out beautifully of it's unbelievable the times we're living in that this was a thing. I thought I was being trolled. I'm like, okay, it's May 1st. Did April Fool's, did it come a month later? Like, what are we doing? And then I realized, no, this is the story. Cole Beasley's wearing number 11 now.
That's the world we live in right now, man. No sports. Cole Beasley bumps that thing up one number. They're going to win the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about it.
I think a lot of guys need to change their number now if they want to get some pub. Like maybe some middle of the road, middle tier guys that want to become stars. Just change your number, just a little bit, one or two numbers.
Did you just say Cole Beasley's middle of the road?
No, I didn't say he was. I'm talking about other people now will see what happened with Cole and be like, hey,
I got you.
I need to get some pub. I need to get my name out there. Let's do this. I need a number change.
Got you. Got it.
Thank you.
Sure sounded like you kind of took a shot at Cole Beasley there.
I was not taking a shot at Cole Beasley.
How do you feel about Aaron Rodgers and that guy who's speaking for him on the internet? What was the tweet?
Bob Demosky.
Bob Demosky.
Brady Papinga's.
Brady
He
Papinga,
liked
yeah.
Brady Papinga's tweet, right?
Brady
Yeah.
Papinga was not happy with what
Bob Demosky.
Bob
Was that
Demosky.
your linebacker cohort?
Yeah, Brady's great. We should have him on the show sometime.
Today would have been a great day to have him on, actually, because this was big time news because he's burying, I think, the ESPN Green Bay reporter named Bob Demofsky and Rob Demofsky. And I'm intrigued by all this because Aaron is posting photos of him chilling out, good vibes, loose shaka, bro, loose shaka. But there has to be some sort of feeling coming from him. And now he's liking tweets. Everything that he does for the next, 4 years is going to be under a microscope on whether or not he's handling the Jordan Love situation, how everybody thinks he's handling the Jordan Love situation.
Absolutely. And I think that's the biggest thing that has to be frustrating for him. Not his relationship with Jordan Love. Whenever they get together, whenever teams go back, it'll be fine. It's all the outside stuff, all of this stuff. People speaking for him saying like, oh, he is so distraught. He is trying to process what's going on and trying to reevaluate his life. Like, that's what would be frustrating for me. I'd be like, hey, man, no one's dead. They drafted a quarterback. I'm still the starting quarterback of the Packers. My life goes on. I'll be fine. It's not going to change anything day to day for me. Like, that's what I think is going to will get frustrating. Probably already has for Aaron, and good for Brady Papinga for stepping in there. I think Brady was correct in what he said.
I think his big issue here, Brady Papinga's big issue was old Bob Domofsky was coming off as if he talked to Aaron and was relaying. And old Papinga's like, since when have you been the outlet for Aaron Rodgers to get information out? But who knows what Aaron's doing? You know what I mean? I mean, who knows how he's feeling? And I can't wait for his first big interview back. And I mean, will that be the first question you'll ask him, AJ? Or are you gonna kind of weave in there? How you feeling? How's quarantine? How's Target? How's the mask? Oh yeah. Also, the Packers drafted a quarterback in the first round named Jordan Love. How do you feel about it? Is that what you're gonna do? How are you gonna work those questions in when you finally talk to him?
I don't know. I'll probably bounce it back and forth with my co-host and see who gets to ask the first question when he comes on the show.
You think he's gonna come on this show whenever he finally decides to talk?
No, probably not, but maybe. Maybe let's start laying the groundwork. Why not? What there's no other place he would feel more comfortable than right here.
And I wear a denim outfit with a bolo tie and everything. I'll slick my hair back too, just like he did for our show. I'll do everything that he could possibly need to get his messaging out there. By the way, his messaging might be completely opposite of what everybody else is saying. I can understand him being pissed off about them not deciding to make their team better with the first round draft pick next year. I assume he could be pissed off about that. Like, yeah, I thought we could have got better in some spots. But what if he comes down and he's like, whatever. Who cares? Let's go. Which he might, by the way.
What do you think he's going to say? Like, whenever he does go out and say something with your loose shaka you're throwing at me, double loose shakas.
Relax.
Really loose.
Chill.
Vibes, bro.
Chill.
We running these vibes, bro.
I think that picture he posted doing the loose shaka, wasn't that from Peru?
Yeah. And by the way, he had to sprint out of there, hop on a plane to get back to America so that he could watch Jordan Love get drafted in the first round. If he doesn't make it off of that mountain onto a plane without saving the other 250 potential coronavirus havers on his plane, he never gets to see that draft. So that's a big chill moment there, because that was really when everything changed for him. I didn't speak to him directly. That's what I'm thinking, though.
Well, what can he say? Like, what option does Aaron have? Like, when he does finally speak publicly, we know what it's going to he's going to handle it like we think he's going to handle it. He's going to do whatever. He's going to say, my life's what it is. It doesn't change anything. Sure, I would love to draft a few receivers. We got Funches, we got weapons. Everything's going to be fine. I'm going to go throw for 50 touchdowns this year.
I'm going to try to poke him, though. I'm going to be like, I would be so pissed if I were you. I'm going to let you know, Aaron, I probably would have tweeted, I'm done. If I were you, I'm going to try to poke the bear. I'll be the buffoon, the stooge, how people think he should act, and then you go ahead and ask the real questions.
But would it help him at all if he was?
No.
Like, I don't know how he feels, but if he did come out and say that, like, yeah, I was absolutely pissed, and I felt like I don't know, I should have got a heads up, whatever. I don't know if they contacted him or not, but I just feel like he's in a no-win situation.
Well, everything goes different ways here. When he says that, a lot of people be like, oh, Aaron's a human. That's exactly how I would have felt if I was him. And then people would be like, oh, Aaron's selfish. There's no winning.
You feel bad? Oh, you've made $300 million. How you feel bad in your private jet? Like, that's what the initial thing people love to go to.
Exactly. Which, by the way, if you've been working your ass off, not making a lot of money, and you see this dream life happen, I can understand how you don't have empathy for that human. Even if they go through something, I can understand it. So that's neither here nor there. But you're always going to have that reaction. That's like earlier today on the show, I talked about how if Aaron was to really coach Jordan Love throughout this entire thing, right? They expect like the veteran player to be a good mentor, a good coach for the person.
He will be, by the way. Aaron will be a great mentor for him.
I think so too. I think just by hanging around, watching him do things, and maybe if he asks a question to Aaron will tell him why he did something. I think Aaron will be very good. But I think a lot of people are like, he should coach him up and stuff. Could you imagine if Aaron was like, hey, Jordan, you need to get your feet a little bit tighter, a little bit square base. You need to get that elbow back. You need to get the ball behind your ear. Imagine if Aaron was doing that, which some people would expect him to do. Jordan would hate him. And then Aaron would come off as being this controlling, trying to run Jordan out of town. There's no winning in this situation if you're Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love, by the way. It's a very interesting situation that they're going to have to figure out together, because whether they like it or not, they're linked together forever.
Absolutely, but Jordan is going to learn the most, not from what Aaron is telling him, just from shadowing him, being around him all the time, following him through the meeting rooms, and then like you break a quarterback meeting, and Jordan can say, "Hey man, like I'm not third play of team period today. You checked out of the run and went to the little pass. Like, what'd you see? And then Aaron will be open and tell him, well, I saw the linebacker come down, whatever. I saw they were loading the box, so I decided to throw it there. And Jordan will be like, okay, noted. Like, that's what it is. Like, Aaron doesn't need to sit back and be like, hey, your feet are 3 inches too narrow on your drop back. And when you get if you're under center, your stance is just completely messed up. Like, you got to really fix that. Like, no, Jordan would hate that. Aaron doesn't want to do that. That's not Aaron's job. That's the coach's job. So, yeah, it's going to be – he's going to learn so much just from being around it and watching it right there, right behind him.
And that's why Jameis went to the New Orleans Saints instead of the Pittsburgh Steelers, because he knew Ben Roethlisberger wouldn't do what Drew Brees could do.
Hell no.
Ain't worried.
Man, do you think Jameis now, a day later, do you think he had any other offers from other teams?
I don't think so.
All it takes is one.
All you need is one. But then when there's only one, you get $1.1 million, though.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, I respect that his team was like, although we had other offers from other teams looking to get veteran quarterbacks, which is a vital piece of information for people who talk about sports every day, because there's another veteran quarterback out there who doesn't have a job. We decided to take the smart route and go to the New Orleans Saints, which, by the way, it is a smart decision for Jameis Winston. I'm pumped for him. He's potentially the next quarterback for the Saints. But I would like to know what other teams made these offers, because then we can start placing Cam Newton potentially there. I don't think he got any. I could be wrong, but I think we would have heard about those teams potentially being interested in Cam Newton now. But Jay Glazer might break some news again. We never know.
Hey, what did Michael and Barty say about the Packers situation?
He said when you're drafting, you're trying to prepare the team for 2-3 years down the road, but you also have to take picks to make your team better immediately. So what is the package that's coming with it? Is there a veteran wide receiver coming? That's why you didn't take a young one. Is there a veteran linebacker coming back? So he protected the Jordan Love pick because he's a GM who probably made a bad decision before and didn't want to get dumped on him. But he said, let's see what his entire method is here. And he said to follow that up with that running back, you already have it. And he said he didn't fully get what they were going for, even though if they were trying to build for the future or whatever. So that's what Lombardi said. He said hammer the under for over-under on wins this year because of how many close games they won last year. Probably not going to be able to do that again. They didn't fill any holes. So I think he thinks they had a pretty bad draft. 1 week ago, though, he was all about the Jordan Love pick. Now he's watching what they've done since then and losing Ted Ginn. He's like, well, he thinks they kind of bobbled the entire opportunity away.
And Ted went to Chicago, right?
Beardan. Who's going to throw?
Not only, yeah, you could have signed. I mean, Ted would have made sense to sign. Do we know how much he got?
It can't be much.
Whoa.
What does that mean?
Whoa.
Take it easy.
Yeah, I thought it was a good chunk.
Everyone knows what.
Tony.
Whoa. Diggs.
This is your guy.
What if he would have signed with Pittsburgh?
They don't need him.
Who do they have?
Everyone.
Wide receiver?
I mean, they drafted a wide receiver in the second round because we like our quarterback.
And he stinks.
Juju, Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson,
James Conner.
James Washington.
Okay.
Ebron.
Need a Ted Ginn.
Eric Ebron, they picked up
I
him.
wouldn't have hated Ted Ginn. Diggs hates him for some reason.
Yeah, Diggs. What's that?
Perfect mentor for
He did have
these
more
young
catches
wide
last year than I thought.
Well, yeah, he's Ted Ginn.
He had 30 catches. That's a lot.
He's Ohio State stud, Ted Ginn.
He's what year is this? 14 for him?
Yeah, it's almost 2 catches a game.
He said there's still nobody that he looks at he doesn't think he can run right by. He told that to us the other day. It was awesome to hear that.
He's probably right.
409.
He's a good guy. How what?
He ran unofficial 409.
40940.
Unofficial.
Unofficial. I mean that's very different.
Who was there? I don't know.
I saw some stats of me running a 40 at West Virginia, by the way, the other day. I completely forgot about it. I don't remember running a timed 40.
What was it?
4.68.
It's pretty fast, man.
Thank you. What did you run? 4.5 something?
I think, yeah. Depending on who you ask, who was timing it. 40s are stupid anyway, but
I think it does prove a little bit, don't you think?
yeah, it does. It reinforces what you see on tape. Like if you're a team looking to draft a guy and you say, we're really big on this guy. We like him. We think he moves well, but then he runs a very slow time. Maybe you bump back around when you get him, or maybe he's not as high. You just wanted to reinforce what you saw on tape. You wanted to say, okay, yeah, now we're fully confident in this kid. So, yeah, it absolutely does matter, but I would never put – it's like what bad GMs do. A guy comes out of the combine who nobody has heard of. All of a sudden he's drafted in the first round because he runs a 4.4 flat. Like, oh, he's got to be good. right? He has to be good if he did this, but I don't have any tape on him making plays in college.
Did you have somebody telling you what you had to run under at the combine? Like, yeah, you're probably going to have to run under a 4.65 for you to be in the top 5 pick. Nothing.
No, I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should have had someone like that, but no, I didn't have anything.
Hey, we're gonna need you to be under 4.7 if we're gonna keep this thing. We're gonna need you to be under.
No, because you know too, like no scouts or coaches or teams are gonna give you any info like that. Why would they want to put their business out there? And by the way, the assistant coaches and everyone, they have no clue who they're gonna draft. They don't. They turn the reports in, and then the GM and the head coach, they make the decisions. The position coaches, they don't have anything. Like on draft day, they don't do a whole lot.
I had a coach, I won't say what position he coached or what level he coached or what year he coached, but he said, I've been filling out these scouting cards for years, and I don't think they've been read one motherfucking time. They say that they take all this time too. They're at the combine, they got their binoculars, they're doing all this stuff. They write it up, they send it in, and it's like, was that person ever thought of? Probably not. I have absolutely no idea. That's why you got to scout.
Those scouts too get really frustrated because players will get signed. You could sign like a big free agent, and those scouts learn through the internet and TV when they get signed. Like, hell, I've turned in reports for 2 years on this guy becoming a potential free agent, and people are asking me, and then all of a sudden I open my phone and I see he was in the building and we signed him, and no one told me because like the GM and whoever, they're so paranoid. They don't want to give any info to anybody because they know it leaks. And I kind of get it.
I kind of get it too. You got to run a tight ship, because loose lips sink ships. You know who else made an appearance on my birthday video, AJ?
Who?
Coach Diggs. Diggs is dead. He said to me, from one legend to another, happy birthday.
He was very excited.
My lady was on there. My lady set up an entire studio in a part of our house. I walked home last night, and she was like, I set up a photo shoot for the family or something. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then now that I watched the video back, I'm like, that was 100% for the video, and she just had to sell it. I probably walked in while she was filming that thing, and she had to we had a photo shoot that was kind of cool. Got a picture with a dog, but it was a very emotional video, man. It was a very emotional video, and I think I have to go. I have to go.
What's going on?
I don't know. My birthday starts here as soon as I get out of
Yeah,
here.
here we go.
Don't start getting soft on us like that.
Yeah, so what are you doing? No, you're allowed to get soft. That's good, man.
No.
You should.
I don't get soft.
You should get emotional. Having emotions not soft.
I never watched a Disney movie growing up. I don't have emotions.
That's what makes you human, brother.
I mean, welcome to the modern world.
Did you know anything of David Koresh and the whole Waco situation before you watched the series?
So whenever we drove from airport to stadium, the first time we landed in Waco, our Uber driver was a little bit much. He was heavy-handed with the handshake. He had a sport coat on. He talked loud, and he said, "That's where I think he said the Koresh fire happened. I think he called it the Koresh fire." And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." And I think I knew of a cult. That thing that happened down there, but I had no idea that this thing was 2 months long, a standoff, and women and children were just getting burned in the basement. I had no idea about all that stuff. I mean, what a wild turn of spoiler, by the way. What a wild turn of events that thing was.
Spoiler. What year? What did it happen? 1993.
Yeah, but Waco just got on Amazon or on Netflix. Maybe not everybody saw it. I mean, it is worth the watch, my friends.
Yeah, it's very good. I think I saw a Waco movie years ago that was really good too. That kind of opened my eyes to what was going on, made me want to research and look what was happening. Now Waco, they're known for the what are the couple?
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Nope.
Magnolia.
The couple.
Magnolia Farm.
Chip
there
and
you go.
Joanna Gaines.
Yeah. Chip and Joanna. Yeah, even Matt Rule, when I did a Baylor game, he mentioned, he's like, what Chip and Joanna have done for Waco is amazing. I mean, this is what everyone comes down here for now.
We got a bag. We got a bag from them in the hotel. Whenever we checked into the hotel, it was a thank you from Magnolia Farms.
They're getting their own TV network.
Was that cookies?
An entire show.
I don't remember.
That's Pepperidge Farms.
Oh, yeah. Pepperidge Farms.
Wait, they're getting an entire network?
An entire
Who are these
channel.
people?
Their own channel.
They're big time.
Chip and
On
Joanna
YouTube?
Gaines, house flipper. They flip houses.
No, I was just told they're getting a
HGTV.
network.
Wow. I know they have a huge setup where people travel to Waco just to tour all their facilities now.
We were
and
in
buy
Waco-
their merch.
We were in Waco like 7 times before. We did not go to that. We should have though.
Yeah, when I was there, I didn't go to that, but a lot of the people on the crew went because they needed to buy mugs and shirts for their family members that love that stuff.
We met them. They were very nice. They were very nice. I was dripping wet.
Where'd you meet them?
After
Game day.
Yeah, after the
Is that when you jumped off the thing?
the Brazos River flop. Yeah, I had to go for it. Had to go for it off the pontoon.
That's what started you and Urban's little feud.
Well, yeah. Seems as if the world liked it. Urban didn't like it. Took a shot at me in an interview. Okay, got to do what I got to do, pal. And we have since settled that, by the way. Not face-to-face or in contact, but I heard he wanted to reach out to me. That's good enough for me. I'm done with you. All right, we'll move forward. But Urban's a good football coach. Good football coach.
Oh, yeah.
Good football.
Good on television. Good on television. Took a shot at the guy. I had to take a shot back. I'm like, ain't no bitch, but we're past that. But yeah, whenever I came back into the building after that, they were getting ready to go out as guest pickers. And we had like a 5-10 minute thing. And I was like, oh my God, how's it going? You guys do such good work. Whenever you do that 3D animation thing and you show the thing, and it's just so awesome, man. It's so awesome. And they had like a whole crew with them.
Oh, they built an absolute empire down there.
Oh yeah, they were very nice, very very nice. They had a friend there that looked like he had a good time. That guy looked like, and I want to meet that guy again. I would like to be friends with him.
Speaking of Urban, are you gonna watch the Alex Smith thing, AJ?
Oh,
he's
my
60
God.
Yeah, when does that come out?
tonight.
Bro, he's got
7:30.
his right hamstring is his left shin. I mean, he had the thing that was on his leg. It was what was that thing you said?
Hellraiser, yeah.
It looked like Hellraiser with the pin sticking out of him. It looked like a Saw 1 through 5 jigsaw production. I got the thing around his leg. I don't know if I'll be able to watch that. I don't like watching that type of shit. But boy, I didn't know the road to recovery for Alex Smith was 13 surgeries long. And now the conversation is like he's going to be back to play football. After seeing some photos, if he's back, I'll be very impressed with old Alex Smith's work ethic.
I wonder if other than that, has he spoken publicly? Has he done any kind of interviews?
I don't know. I don't think so.
We should get him. Alex is awesome.
I
Great
bet
dude.
he is, dude. 13 surgeries with rehab. That whole rehab he had to go through had to be an absolute nightmare.
That
And he had like
picture-
that halo or whatever on his leg where it was
Yeah.
things. It's like what people do when they break their neck. It's drilled into the
Yeah.
bone and everything.
Oh, yeah. Imagine just accidentally bumping that off a table.
For months, didn't he have that thing on for 9 months or at least? Like he's had so many different surgeries. It's been
9 months, his shin was pregnant.
Because it was bad, and
That
then he had
picture
surgery, and then it got
got
infected.
infected.
and
Didn't he
then-
get- did he get
It's
staph?
Disgusting.
Yeah, he got staph.
Oh, my
Or
God.
MRSA.
Yeah, he could have lost his leg for sure.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Modern medicine saved him.
Thank God.
Hey, you guys are big hockey guys, right? Hockey, aren't they claiming they're going to go back somewhat?
We got rumors. We got news. At Nick Moraldo, plugged in, dialed in with another person who's plugged in, dialed in. The news that we were reported was such.
Yeah, so NHL Rumors Daily, this guy who comes on, he's on Twitter, he comes on That's Hockey Talk. If you listen, you guys probably don't, that's fine, but you should. He comes on and he lets us know that there is a return to play protocol. So basically, they've got a plan outlined for a potential timeline this summer to get the players back into the building and get games kicked off with potential informal skates in May, and then possibly reopening training camps in June, and then so on and so forth. You get the ball rolling, you can roll from there. You're thinking,
We can't see him.
We could hear the light.
I know this torch thing he just brought out. Is
Let me see it. We didn't see it.
Put that back out.
Can you
What?
bring the torch back?
It's like a Bunsen burner.
oh my God.
I apologize. Holy shit!
Yeah, dude.
I got 2 of these. This thing's awesome.
Yeah, Bunsen burner was science class. What, 8th grade? No, little
No, it's made for cigars.
No, Mr. Bunsen.
meth.
Mr. Bunsen did not know that thing was coming for cigars. Whenever he created that, that's amazing. But hockey's going to be back. Stanley Cup's going to be in August. They're going to play through the summer. They're about to do some informal skates. Now we got a little step in the direction of some progress in this entire thing. But I'm assuming it's very similar to the NBA, which has a 16-page guideline on how people can get back in the building. I don't think it's going to be as easy as that.
Yeah, and I know hockey wants to finish the regular season too. Like they don't want to go just to playoffs. Don't they have like 12 games left or something around
Yeah,
there?
so the plan would call for a couple exhibition games just to get people used to being back in the arena, get the TV folks used to it, set up and everything. Then Batman came out and said they're fine with pushing next season back to start in December. So they're letting to roll this.
Next year, fuck it, who cares?
Yeah.
You ever see these dangles? You know anybody that has dangles like this, like directly in your family or anything?
I can't see you.
Oh, am I lefty or righty? I'm not sure. I can go this way too if you want.
Got him.
Well, it kind of matters because the bend of your stick. Like which way would you
I
get?
use flat stick like Sidney Crosby. That's why my backhand's fucking lethal.
Didn't expect that, did you?
Did you?
Hockey players can't skate right now though. That's the thing.
There's no ice. Pawns are even been shut down. Pawns are even shut down. Warm air came through. That is the sneaky hardest sport to play by far. Hockey.
That's not a sport you can just pick up when you're 18 and hey, I'm in the pros now. Like, no, it doesn't work that way.
You got to be a child because they are like they're on land as they are on their skates. It's absolutely amazing. But then the conditioning, the cardio, they're sprinting for what, a minute 15, then they sit down, then they sprint for a minute 15, then they sit down, then it's just like it's unbelievable. I don't know how any of them do it.
You should watch a hockey game with Chopper sometime. Chopper is so distraught about the line changes. He's like, come on, you guys playing for 50 seconds or something? He's like, what are you doing here? Like, why are they off the ice? Like, they should stay on the ice like it's any other sport. And I was like, well, Chopper, I don't know anything about hockey, but I do know it's been played for a long, long time, and they've always done these shift changes. And I assume it's very, very tiring to be out there for a minute and a half. So I assume they know what they're doing. That's why he's like, I don't care. This is crazy. These guys are in great shape. I don't know why they can't play longer.
Yeah, I do enjoy whenever Sidney gets caught out there for like 2 straight, and then you just see him kind of just like a bag of bones over to the bench, and they're just dead tired, and they just collapse on the bench basically. And then somehow,
how big of a break do you get when you're on the bench?
Yeah, it's like a minute. I think they get like a minute and a half, depending on what line you're on. If you're line 3, line 4, I don't think you're getting out there as much as lines 1 and 2.
No, you're only playing 5 minutes a game, maybe if you're 4th line.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're dead tired, 1 minute is not enough. So that shows how great shape they're in, that they can recover that quickly.
That's what I'm saying. And then they get hit, and they're on one leg, and I don't know how they do any of it. I honestly, none of it.
Then you get hit into the boards.
How about whenever they eat a puck,
Eating
too?
pucks.
Yeah, they're just supposed to eat pucks. Like, that's what they're supposed to do. Put your face in front of that next time, will you? You got it. I am a hockey player. I got 3 teeth.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Geno Malkin score goal. That's what he does.
Oh, yeah.
Big taste.
Geno Malkin.
Gino?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Evgeny.
Is that what they call him?
Oh, Geno?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's Geno.
Hey, didn't he have to escape Russia? Didn't he kind of like somehow flee to America?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and then he had to get his family out of there too. And now they are beloved in Pittsburgh. I mean, their faces, the mom and dad's faces go up on the jumbotron. All of Pittsburgh loses its fucking mind. I mean, it is. They had to escape the Russian mob though to get to Pittsburgh.
Can he go back? He can still go. Doesn't he have a good relationship with Russia now?
Yeah, he goes back every summer, and he loves it. But the team basically sat him down like, you're signing another year contract, and you're not fucking leaving.
So I think now that he's famous and he's done well for himself, I assume they
want him back now.
Some graduation period that happens where you go from being, dog to bounty hunted to, oh, thanks for coming back now. So something happens there in Russia. I don't fully understand it. It probably happened to Ovechkin.
Him and Putin play the points now in the power play for the Russian national team. So pretty sure they're pretty.
And they score every time Putin shoots. That's why the assists are so high. You feed Putin, and that's goal
Feed
time.
him in the slot.
Yeah, feed Putin.
Hey, is Kim Jong-Un, is he alive or dead? Where are we right now?
I know. I'm not doing it. I have no idea. It feels like he's alive, right?
Was Schefter about to break some news?
According to my sources, Trump's original answer was what? I have an idea. I hope he's okay. I have an idea. You all find out soon. I can't talk about it. Think about how hard that had to be for that guy. If that guy is anything like me, if it's in there, it is coming out. I mean, so that information, I think whenever he was asked about it, he said, I have no idea. I hope he's okay. Right on the tip of his tongue there was, he's not fucking dead. But
He's debilitated in some way, right?
something has to be
He would have made an
up.
appearance by now.
Something has to be out. He would have been on that white horse on top of the mountain, throwing the shaka like Aaron Rodgers if everything was okay, and he has not done that. There would have been a missile that had been sent into the Sea of Japan at this point if he was all right. Something is up with him. We just don't know. Let's remember, he could have hopped on one of those unicorns that he found and rode that thing off to the sunset and said sayonara.
Well, if let's say he is like a vegetable right now, aren't they saying he had some complications in some surgery? Yeah. If he is, and it looks like he's not going to recover, don't you think they're just prepping a Kim Jong-Un lookalike to take the role to say, oh, hey, he didn't die. Here he is.
If he's dead, it's because someone planned for it, and then they got a fresh, hot prospect coming in to take over.
Yeah, his sister, I guess. His sister's savage.
Chopping
by
the
way.
system.
Sister is a savage. Allegedly, she's up there now. I wonder if they'll keep that meth operation they've been running throughout that entire country.
Probably.
I guess,
Are they really?
I guess Kim Jong-un's one of the biggest meth distributors in the history.
Really?
That's what I read.
Good business.
You gotta bring in money somehow, right?
Well, I saw Breaking Bad, to be honest, with
Great
Walter
margins.
White, and was like, let me get out in the desert.
Did you watch all of Breaking Bad?
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah, me neither.
I understand. I saw that El Camino show though. I didn't get a lot of it. I guess because you had to watch. You had to watch the show to get it. There was a lot of callbacks from what I've been told.
Wait, was that the sequel?
Yeah, when he was in the El Camino.
Then what's Better Call Saul? That's a prequel?
Yeah.
That's the lawyer guy, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's on AMC.
Mm-hmm.
We read an ad for it.
Hey, you mentioned Gronk. You remember when he said his agent said he's fielding multiple like acting offers, like a lucrative acting career?
Yeah.
We didn't really see him act and stuff. We see him, he hosts, he's everywhere. Do you think Gronk will eventually become like a legit actor like the next Rock?
Oh, he turned those roles down. Yeah, he did. Ty, he did.
What'd you say, Ty?
I said not a chance.
I mean, it's hard to be a real actor. People think it's easy. Like, I don't think it's nearly
Tell
as
me
easy
you
as
can't just
people
go out
think.
there and dance and wiggle around.
Seems like he'd be.
He can only play the role.
He can play
of
like a
Gronk.
lot of different style of characters.
I think
a
so.
very diverse.
Good range.
He was
Yeah,
going to have
good
a
range.
lucrative acting career because Gronk isn't just Gronk. You know what I
Well,
mean?
but that's the thing. Gronk's Gronk, and for Gronk not to be Gronk, it's pretty hard for Gronk to do that.
Well, I think that's hard for anybody. You ever seen Leo not be Leo? I mean, Leo can't be Leo without being Leo, and that's the situation that Leo puts himself in when he's trying not to be Leo. Put Gronk and Leo in the same situation. I mean, you're going to find out who's Brad Pitt.
That's fair.
Exactly.
That's fair.
Gronk will do great in the next 21 Jump Street movie, and outside of that,
That's a shot.
That is a shot.
There's no reason for that. There's no reason for that. Gronk dominated sports media, though. We can say that. He was on Masked Singer. He was on Fox whenever he wanted to be. He was on Bravo Television. He hosted a show on Nickelodeon. I mean, now he's getting back in the game. I assume as soon as he's actually retired, I think he knew he was coming back at some point. As soon as he's actually retired, then he'll commit to becoming a world-class actor, I'd assume.
Yeah, he'll be like Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yep. Or the Harry Potter kid.
Yeah, or the Harry Potter kid. Worked out for him.
Damn right. Now You See Me is where I know him from.
No, you don't.
Is he in? He's in Now You See Me?
Too. Yeah. He's in a penthouse in Japan.
Yep.
Oh, the second one.
Yeah. Good movies. No, those movies are good movies.
Hey, you also sent something over and told me Michael Jordan turned down $100 million deal
Yeah.
when all he had to do was kind of announce it and make an appearance.
Yeah, I didn't fully understand this one either. Connor really was pushing for this.
Yeah, Falk, his
There
agent.
had to be, hold on one second, Connor. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Shut the
How
fuck
it's
up.
worded is that all he had to do was make a 2-hour appearance to announce the deal, but he turned it down. It had to be more of a commitment for $100 million.
Had to be. Connor, what was it?
That's what Falk said on the radio yesterday. It was a show on W The Fan. He said that all he had to do for a $100 million deal was to make a 2-hour appearance. And he also said later in the interview, MJ is very specific about who he wants to get in business with and how to do with it. He would not release details about the deal.
The W fan. He was on W the Fan.
Yeah, W The Fan. You guys know it.
WFAN.
W
I
The
think
Fan.
I was on that. I was on there yesterday, actually.
W the Fan?
Call it.
David Falk
Yeah.
was on there too, telling stories
W
about
the
100
fan.
million.
I was on later. I was probably at a different time.
Late night fans.
David Falk. David Falk has been his agent for the long haul, and people have said named Brandt, Russell, Andrew,
Gil.
Bill.
Andrew.
Brandt said that he's probably the guy that created the Jordan brand, but there's probably some people in Portland, Oregon who would also like some credit. So that guy, David Falk, has been doing business with Michael Jordan for a long time, and him saying like he's very particular on who he gets in business. I respect the fact that he turned down 100. Now, granted, I don't know where he was in his life. I assume he had hundreds of millions of dollars at that point to turn down $100 million. But if he's just like, I hate that dude, I ain't fucking going there. $100 million? $100 million. You want? Nah, I ain't doing it. Like, what is your number if $100 million isn't your number if you're Michael Jordan? That is something I think you should respect.
Yeah, that's what I would love to. Get more details on that, or unless it was for like the Fleshlight or something weird, and he didn't want to put his name on that.
Joe Buck could have done porn, by the way. He chose not to. I think that might be something he regrets later in his life.
Hey, what if it keeps going? If this thing continues to happen, maybe Joe jump in. Say if 3, 4, or 5 more months of this.
Look at that penis.
I can't. I mean, I can't.
What is it?
The commenters are calling Connor something, and I just
Yeah. No, what are they saying? I've always wondered what they were saying.
I need to know.
Brokeback Stooge.
Oh, they
Oh,
went
because you're a
that way with
cowboy
it.
back there.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna go a different way. There are no mutton chops in that movie. I don't think.
I don't think so either.
Never seen it. It's
You
good?
do resemble one of the 2 main characters.
AJ.
Was it Heath?
Didn't that
they
movie
won
win Academy Awards?
Academy Award winners.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Who is that? Gyllenhaal and Ledger?
Oh, so you do know the movie?
I mean, it won an Academy Award. I watched the Oscars.
Absolutely, you do. I've never seen that movie. I bet it's good though. I would not be against watching it. I just want that to be known.
Yeah.
Of course.
May 1st, 2020. I've also not seen Harry Potter before, so get off my ass. I did see Trolls World Tour. Didn't like the way they were treating the Rock troll.
Wait, the voice of the Rock?
No, not Dwayne Johnson or Dewey or DJ. I'm talking about the rock and roll troll was being painted.
Wait, why did you watch this? You don't have any kids.
Well, I was just right there on top. And I like the original Trolls
Sometimes
because
they're good.
whenever you get vitamins inside of you, sometimes those high-def animation things are awesome to watch.
Like the bull one.
And, by the way, the Wreck-It Ralph.
The bull.
Wreck-It
where
Ralph
Ferdinand-
is on
John
Ferd-
Cena was the bull. Ferdinand's
Sometimes
a
they're
banger.
good.
Ferdinand may be Cena's best movie. I told him to his face that. I told him to his face. I was like, hey, you crushed it in Ferdinand. And he got a little pop, laughed, said, thanks, man. He had never heard that before in his life, and I was pretty pumped up about that.
Sometimes they're good. AJ.
But Justin Timberlake was in the first Trolls. They didn't have him sing until 3/4 of the way through the movie, so I was like, I'm never watching another Trolls again. If you got Justin fucking Timberlake, let the guy sing. So then this one popped up, and I'm like, all right, I'll watch it. Now the Rock Troll was just kind of treated badly, poorly, painted like almost like Adolf.
Oh, my goodness.
Trying to take
Are you
over.
serious?
Yeah. Hey, the Rock Troll's trying to take over all the trolls, by the way. Stealing their strings. Not a good deal.
Cartoons aren't afraid to do this little subliminal messaging.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I guess back in the day, though, it was fake news, but I guess the Pop Troll had done this before in past, and the war happened.
Oh,
Yeah.
history repeating itself.
Yeah.
I like
MJ.
It's,
I would love to see your internet search history, Pat, from like 4 p.m. to midnight every night.
all right.
But right now it's under assault from the Germans.
Well, right now I'm getting attacked by Germany.
Why?
I told a story about Bjorn Werner beating me in ping pong in front of the whole team, and then me buying a machine, and then in turn beating the dog shit out of Bjorn Werner on ping pong. Okay, so now Bjorn Werner has a massive podcast in Germany. Okay, he's like the biggest NFL podcast in Germany, and he told his story, whatever it is in German, and he said that I lied, and he had everybody flooding my comments section. So I'm opening up that motherfucking machine this weekend, and I'm scheduling a trip to Germany as soon as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And I'm representing these 50 states over here, going right into Germany to take him on once and for all on his
USA! USA! USA!
I'm getting attacked from all sides though. They got that what's that?
Z Germans.
No, the boats.
Blitzkrieg.
U-boats.
They're blitzkrieg in my comments right now. I mean, I got a lot of Germans coming after me with emojis and shit. I'm not happy about it.
I love when you're searching for a word and the boys give it to you.
Well, they know where I'm at. Blitzkrieg was big German U-boats, right? Weren't they the boats?
No, Blitzkrieg was Lightning War.
Yeah, it was tactical.
U-boats were German, though.
Battle of the Bulls.
Yeah, you get it. The
All
Blitzkrieg.
together.
That's what they're doing in my comments is blitzkrieging the shit out of them. I'm not happy about it.
Does your girl fill in for the boys, like when you're at home and you're trying to find a word?
I just quit. She does though every once in a while,
And she has to be exhausted.
she'll plug in another word, by the way, that does work in the situation, and that gets me kind of, well, that works too, actually. You're not wrong, but you're not right in this particular case. And
So what are you doing for your birthday tomorrow?
I'm locking
and
myself,
today?
I'm locking myself in my room sleeping. I don't want to
Really?
I don't want to, well, I'm quartining. I'm going to be safe for my birthday.
Beautiful day tomorrow.
It's supposed to be 80 degrees and sunny here in Indianapolis. Probably going to hop on my steel pony if I had to guess. Do a little tour ski, maybe do a little pickup for small business. Do the whole thing. What's up?
Call back. This was sent in from Kyle Gumpy.
Okay.
Jordan's longtime agent, David Falk, who was on the WFAN's Boomer and Geo, said that he turned down a $100 million appearance. I brought him a deal that 3 years ago for $100 million, and all he had to do was, other than giving his name and likeliness, make a 1 to 2 hour likeness, a 1 to 2 hour appearance to announce the deal, and he turned it down.
I respect
But his name and likeness, that right there, that was probably it. Like, he didn't want to attach his name to whatever this company or whatever this thing was.
$100 million.
Yeah, what was it? What could it have been, like a gambling website or something?
Could it? Yes.
Says he also turned down a $7 million deal to take part in a one-day golf tournament in Asia.
Nah, I ain't fucking doing it. I'll golf.
Too long of a flight.
I'll golf down here in the Bahamas. I'll pay for it.
$7 million. I would go. I'd go for $7 million.
Yeah, me too. But I hope I get to the point where I can do what he's doing. Just like, nah. How much? 100 mil? Nah. Make it 500. What if they come back to 500 mil? He's like, well, I guess.
His net worth is $2.1 billion. So
you can just do whatever you want. You don't hear? Do you hear these stories about Jim Irsay like not going somewhere because of $100 million? No. So that's how you got to talk about Jordan when you talk about Jordan. By the way, that dude is a team owner. that guy is a whole different animal. You're not just going to buy him with $100 million. You can buy me and AJ though. Hey, anybody that was going to make that $100 million offer, we would like you to know that me and AJ will sing and dance, and you can use our likeliness for $100 million.
Yeah, our likeliness, and we heard this on W the Fan.
That's right, and that's why you should sign us. And that $7 million deal, we'll golf in Asia too if you would like us to. We can really swing the sticks. And listen to this, AJ will even spear one of the fans for you.
Whoa.
I'll spear multiple fans if you want to pay $7
Yeah. AJ Hawk! AJ Hawk! AJ Hawk!
Is it $7 million post-tax?
Yeah.
What's that?
Is it $7 million after taxes?
Yeah, we'll negotiate that. And
Makes a big difference.
And it's $100 million after tax too.
Oh yeah.
We're taking 50 per there. 50 per.
I'm in. Whatever the company is, Pat, I'm in.
Me too. What if? Yep, me too. I'm not even gonna ask the question because we'll take it.
What was the question?
Well, if it was just a despicable company, like what do you do?
Like, what's a despicable company that has $100 million to throw at us? What could it be?
Well, we could get in that conversation, but you got that shirt on. What you said earlier, don't want to shut it down. So what we're going to do is end the show, and then we're going to say, hey, thank you all so much for watching me, AJ, the boys, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. We appreciate the hell out of you. Ain't that right, AJ?
That's right. Happy birthday, Pat. Hopefully everyone is going to reach out to you. I'm sure you already have gotten a lot of love online. You got to watch your video, but yeah, I think it's awesome. You're 33, going strong, man.
JC.
You and JC, man, you're in your prime.
Damn right. Hey, AJ, I'm lucky to do the show with you, man.
No, I'm the lucky one, Pat. I'm serious. It's great. You guys are awesome, for real. I know you can't take me serious, but I'm serious.
Yeah, he said happy birthday to me earlier on a FaceTime, and I was like, AJ, shut the fuck up.
You hung up on me. I was still talking, and you hung up. I don't have time for this. You hung up.
All right, have a great weekend, everybody. You're the best. Remember to ring the bell. Ring the bell if you have not subscribed yet. Please subscribe. We thank you so much. Have the best weekend of your life.
The greatest sports talk show on the internet from 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. So come on down for a mental vacation with the boys on the tonight. It's McAfee and Hawk. It's McAfee and Hawk Sports Talk. AJ used to tackle quarterbacks and he's a Rust Belt kind of guy. That's the punter of the decade for the 2010s. Kicking piss missiles to the sky. It's McAfee and Hawk. It's McAfee and Hawk Sports Talk. It's McAfee and Hawk Sports Talk.